The fight against human trafficking has made an important step forward at one of the country's busiest transit points. Deputy Minister of Justice Andries Nel has launched a local task team office at Cape Town International Airport. A new policy framework to strengthen anti-trafficking efforts at South Africa's ports of entry was also introduced. Now, Nel says increased vigilance at airports and harbours is key, and that's to preventing trafficking, which continues to affect some of the country's most vulnerable communities. Vaylen Kirtley is tracking this story for us and joins us live now from there as well. An important one. One could ask why this wasn't formulated perhaps a little bit sooner, but I guess better late than never.
Thank you very much, Arabile. Yes, well, at the moment, the country acknowledges that this is something that is key, as South Africa is not only a source of human trafficking and a destination, but it's also a crucial thoroughfare of which airports are a key part of that. The piece of legislation which is really important to bear in mind is the Prevention of and Combating of Human Trafficking Act of 2013. It actually came to life in 2015, and that is when an NGO called the National Freedom Network was born. Joining us now to speak about the organization and the human trafficking, the anti-human trafficking efforts that civil society have made, which have really been key in ensuring that this office does get open. They're also going to be key in ensuring that it does do the work that it's set out to. CEO of the National Freedom Network, Jason Cogill, joins us. Thanks so much for chatting to Newzroom Afrika. An important day, but also you guys are going to be key in making sure that this office achieves what it needs to.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I think what's key really is the efforts of civil society organizations, namely Freedom Ports Alliance, A21, Free to Fly. They've played a key role in making sure that this day, World Day Against Trafficking in Persons, has been marked by the launch of its first ports of entry local task team here in South Africa, here at Cape Town International Airport. And so I really want to just acknowledge and just applaud those organizations, especially Freedom Ports Alliance, and then also the Western Cape Provincial Government and the Provincial Task Team for the stellar work that they've done in driving this initiative and even in developing the policy framework, which we hope is going to lead to the establishment of other local task teams at ports of entry around South Africa. So it's an exciting day.
What exactly is this office going to be doing?
So this office will be responsible for monitoring any suspected cases of trafficking in persons here at Cape Town International Airport, identifying possible victims of trafficking, also identify possible traffickers, also looking at the organized crime element, and hopefully play a significant part in curbing trafficking in persons as it may happen from here, Cape Town International.
You've worked in this space for many, many years. What are some of the key red flags that people should look out for? Because, as was said a number of times today, human trafficking is a crime that happens in plain sight.
I think the simplest thing to say would be, when you are applying for work, when you get an opportunity from someone through a friendship, even sometimes through a family member, if it sounds like it's too good to be true, then it likely is. Simplest mantra to probably live with as it relates to trafficking in persons. Look out for opportunities that seem like they're too good to be true. Avoid them, check them, but also utilize the National Human Trafficking Hotline, whose contact number is 0800 222 777. They can also vet and look at any possible opportunities that may come your way, especially job opportunities, scam job opportunities, and help you to identify whether or not this is legitimate or whether it's something fraudulent.
It's also a huge problem in South Africa due to our massive youth unemployment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Our youth unemployment is a major push factor for victims of trafficking in South Africa, unfortunately.
Jason Cogill, we'll have to go back to the Constitutional Court. Thanks so much for chatting to Newzroom Afrika on what is Arabile, the United Nations and the global recognition of trafficking of persons and trying to combat that worldwide.
Vaylen, thank you so much for that. Then, indeed, we're going to take you straight back to the